Welcome back to Kingdom Death, everybody. The end, well, not the end, the beginning of Lantern Year 5. I think I'm going to start a new segment for myself called Addendum or Errata with Harpoo, because I have some things to go over in my excitement. I'm sure you guys were yelling at me. I was yelling at me. In the last episode, I did make some big mistakes. We essentially have cheated, but I took notes down. Let's go over this one at a time. Just a couple things. Firstly, there was a point in the last video, and I didn't keep the models out, but Palutena was like here. The Butcher was here facing this way. He did his backhand. His backhand does hit the back corners as he swings all the way around. And I didn't realize that Palutena was in range, because I think subconsciously I was thinking she was here, behind him directly. So, on the last monster round, she should have been backhanded. Now, she could have dodged. We don't know what would have happened. This isn't too big a deal that I missed it. If she did get hit with that 4, which would have hit her, she would have been knocked back. She had full health, undamaged, so she would have been fine, taking only 1. So that's the first addendum. She should have been backhanded. I don't think that one matters too much because she never took her action at the end. Now, it might have mattered because the bigger deal, and I was just too excited overall. I wasn't paying attention. One thing I forgot. Monkey has the Peerless White Secret. So he should be at max survival, but I'm not going to update it. Call it punishment to me for forgetting. Also, I need to do something to make up to the Butcher because I cheated him at the very end. The last hit location card that Monkey rolled for. Monkey had 5 strength due to tokens, plus the 4, which is 9. However, when you roll a 1, you only get a 10. The last hit location card was his lantern around his waist, which has plus 2 toughness from 9. So it was at 11. I did not cause a wound with my last attack. So unfortunately, I cheated him out of his last health. I was like too excited to finish him off in a relatively clean fight. I do humbly apologize for that, and I'm not going to go back, but I can try to make up for it. First of all, logical reasoning. Marth still had his action, and he still was able to surge. The statistical odds of him wounding were good. I also had Palutena available. If I had to, I could have encouraged her. Check the AI cards to make sure I didn't hit the trap, and then Marth... Oh no, I wouldn't have been able to do that because you can't switch the turns up. So I would have had to hope I didn't hit the trap AI card with Marth. So I guess it would be fair to say there was at least whatever 1 in 12 or 1 in... Yeah, I revealed 3 hit locations. He has a 15 card deck. So 1 in 12 chance that I wouldn't have wounded and someone might have died. Since I can't go back on that, though, I can try to make up for it with my other forgetful mistakes. I did earn a second courage for everybody. So to make up for my cheating the Butcher, which is what I did, I'm not giving myself that extra courage, so Marth will have to wait, and everyone else is at their just the 1 bonus courage value. The other thing that I have to keep an eye on... No, that was it. Palutena got backhanded. I'm not giving myself the courage to make up for cheesing the last wound of him because we were supposed to keep going. Although it was looking good for me. There was at least one more... It was either Marth killed him or there was one more round. So I would say a 50% chance that he could have gone and... he would have been attacking Dixie, so damage could have been dealt. Unless I put Palutena in the way because she has dodges. I'm not in the situation anymore, so. So those are the 3 big addendum things. Now for the rest of the episode, if you bared with me through that, we're just going to... We're on our endeavor, spending, and crafting phase. I've realized I did not prepare well for this year, but the bandages definitely saved my life. He is the showdown fight. We don't go out on a hunt. Year 4, it was the nemesis. So while I innovated on his year, due to the resources he provides, which all in all, I mean, the cleaver's cool, but broken lanterns are like whatever to us at the moment. So I don't have a hide. I cannot innovate again this year. So we're going to miss an innovation. It's not the biggest end of the world because we are doing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are doing really well on innovations. We actually do have 8 innovations thanks to the Hands of Heat. And you saw I deleted that fresh acanthus plant. So before I forget, we're getting our dried acanthus back with that new fresh acanthus I brought with us. I'll just put it onto here since it saved Dixie's life. The next thing I want to do is read the Edged Tonometry story event because we have 8. Whoops, took off. I don't know how I picked that up, but we have 8 innovations. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. So Edge Tonometry. This should be a settlement event, I think. No, not a settlement event. I guess a milestone. I never guessed these right. Was it a timeline? Edge Tonometry. Huh. I don't see it here. What was the first one? The first one was the Hooded Knight. The Hooded Knight was it a monster event? No. Where's the Hooded Knight? I am thoroughly confused. The Hooded Knight is somewhere. Okay, there's the Hooded Knight. So he was in the milestone events. Edged Tonometry. I don't see that listed here, and it should be a milestone event. But luckily for me, I have the PDF on my computer. If you would pardon me just a moment, I will look into that and see what page that falls into. Let me just check the glossary here. Edged Tonometry. Story events. I don't even see that listed here. Huh. That's not a... I was going to say DLC again. It's not a board game expansion event. This is on the original timeline for the core game. Training Survivors, Regal Visit, Principal Society, New Life, Death, Conviction, Phoenix Feather, Overwhelming Darkness, Mineral Gathering, Legendary Monsters, Legendary Lungs, King's Step, King's Curse, Intimacy, Insight, Hooded Knight, Herb Gathering, Hands of Heat, Endless Screams. It's alphabetized in this rulebook, I just realized. And Edge Tonometry does not come anywhere near Endless Screams or Crush and Devour. Is it a hunt event? I wonder if it's a hunt event. What is this thing called again? Edge Tonometry. Wait a minute. This lantern symbol is the core game. Edge Tonometry might be an expansion. What symbol is that? The Lion Knight. No, not the Lion Knight. Sunstalker. Aha. It is an expansion content. They just included it on the timeline. Alright, Sunstalker then. That would explain why it's not in the core rule book. Where is the Sunstalker? Is it you? You're the Lion God. Sunstalker. Let's, trying to turn the page to the shortcuts. New rules, locations, levels, Sunshark Bow, the solar track. I'm excited to get to this guy. He's got like a whole... There's a sun, there's shadow, there's other nonsense going on. Showdown with him. There's a lot of states for this one. It's loading. Conquer your shadow. A little bit of a spoiler alert. This guy's shortcuts for states aren't really working, so we'll just do it the hard way. Sky fishing. Pool in the sun. I'm pretty sure this is for the campaign, so a lot of these we won't see. Yeah, they have their own intimacies. This is for their campaign. Sun dipping. The Great Sky Gift. Birth of Color. I suppose looking at this symbol, because it's not listed with the core, I shouldn't do edge tonometry, but I want to look at it at the very least, and then I will decide if I will do edge tonometry or not. Umbilical symbiosis. Edge tonometry. So, in a dim silence, the survivors gathered around a mysterious sword master. As instructed, each had one eye covered by a patch and was forbidden to blink with the other. Their exposed eyes dry and twitching, they peered into the darkness. All at once, the lanterns relight, and with a flick of the master's wrist, it is over. Now it is all up to their ciliary muscles. Ciliary muscles. Add 3 eye patch rare gear to the settlement storage and roll 1d10. Well, since I have the expansion and we are playing with all of them, I think I can do this. I don't see why I can't. So let me get the eye patch rare gear. Should be 3 of them in here. Spoiler alert, I'm gonna see some cool stuff while I look for an eye patch. Is this the eye patch? That's a hideous disguise. Grinning visits. Ah, eye patch. So there's 1. There should be 3 naturally then. If it says to add 3, I would think there would be 3. Because when it comes to gear, like I've said before, unlike with non-gear, yeah, I don't see any more eye patches. They should be the right amount of copies that they use. I have recently emptied out the Sunstalker box looking for it. I guess you make copies of this, so get 3 of these. Let's see what this does. While you wear this, you are blind in one eye, -1 accuracy. If you are already blind, gain +2 strength for being a badass instead. Interesting gear. Okay, and do I nominate someone? Okay. Ciliary muscles. I don't know if I nominate anyone for this, but it is a D10. I'm also not sure I pronounced that word correctly. Ciliary. Uh-oh, that's a low roll. 2-3. Removing the patch and rubbing their dry eyes, one survivor felt nothing at all. Nominate a survivor, they gain the emotionless disorder. Okay, so that's edge tonometry. Now that I know where it is, go back to the front page of this. So, motionless disorder. Let's see what this. Well, I won't read it. I'm just gonna pull it out. Emotionless. So I don't know what this does yet. We'll just pull it out and nominate. Well, I think I'm going to nominate a sacrificial lamb here, and we'll see why. Brock has served us well when it comes to the baby making, but he's not doing too much else, so he is going to be emotionless. You cannot gain +1 strength tokens. Well, that's not the worst thing in the world. So the reason why I'm going to nominate Brock, I have a decision I need to make. I could grind a hunt. Now, because of how I've been playing my campaign, I'm actually at a point where I'm ill-prepared to go forth. The Year 6 event, Armored Strangers, is dangerous. Unless I roll really well, we are going to potentially fight the King's Man. And as you can see, Armored Strangers gives you a chance to fight them early, or fight one of them early. And if you do fight this one early, the Year 9 Kingsman will be a level 2 Kingsman. Yeah, so we're on a tight budget at the beginning. We're on a tight budget forever because of how I set up this campaign, just cramming DLC into it. But I get to choose to farm something now. I get to choose to fight that guy depending on how the dice result goes for his event. And then we unlock the Phoenix. And then this one we unlock the Flower Knight. So assuming I actually fight the things I unlock, when we get to here, this is the 1 year I have to grind something. Now, I was looking or thinking about it. I don't know if I'm ready for level 2 monsters yet, like I had said. So I will only get 4 resources of a kind, and I kind of need more armor. I need to focus on getting more armor, but there's no guarantee that I'll be able to. Well, I definitely won't complete a set, but I don't know if I'll be getting worthwhile armor from anything, not even just a rawhide. So I was thinking to keep the spirit of the difficulty of the game, again, depending on how I feel and how the dice result is for Armored Strangers, this could be a farm year too. But right now for year 5, I have an opportunity to sacrifice somebody to the Lonely Tree, and we could go fight a level 1 Lonely Tree. So, as we recall, someone will eat this, they will die, the chosen survivor. And then we can fight the Lonely Tree. I do want to show it off, at least it's level 1 encounter. We should be okay dealing with it. It has 10 toughness to cut through, so that would be 1 higher than Mr. What's his name? Butcher. I feel like that would be a good steady increase in challenge, so I'm thinking about doing that. Before I continue rambling on, though, we have 4 endeavors to spend, and I'm not really sure what I want to spend them on. Let me take a look. I have no reason to rest. I could do the Negrito thing. No, I don't really want to do the Negrito thing. So I'm not looking to make a dense bone. Negrito is really only good if you're focused on getting Gorm items, because the dense bone is used for the 2 axes. I don't think it's used for anything else looking at this. So, it's used for the riot mace. I don't want to use my handed skull because if I do decide to make the other Gormery stuff, we have an opportunity to actually get a black sword. Which could be a game-changing thing to build. The only problem is I have to get a Gormite on this chart. 37 plus. In order to get a 37 plus, you have to have all 3 of the Gormkaimi innovations. So that's a lot of dedication, honestly. I don't know if a black sword is worth it, because I'd rather get other innovations first. We'll see how things turn out. But going back to what to spend endeavors on, I could do a storytelling. I don't want to spend resources if I roll low. I'm not sure what White Speaker is. Could be good, could be bad. Maybe I'll do 1 storytelling. I'll think about it. There's nothing else to do here. So the other actions we can take, I still can't really make a level 2 building. We don't have the resources for that. I can make a monster tooth necklace. We have a skull left over, and we have a scrap. So I might do that. Monster tooth necklace is a +1 strength. This one. Yeah, it's just you gain 1 strength if you have 2 red. That's all it is. It's not bad. Gives me something to do with my scrap and my bone for the year. Augury is still an option. Try and get some intimacy. If I do make a child, I could make a dud kid. We can keep Brock around maybe and make a kid who, if they're not super great, we just let them eat the lonely fruit and they will die. And I have shared experience as an option to get hunt XP on some people. Thanks to... who is it? Thanks to Dixie and Palutena, we can get people... it says 2 experience greater. They can get 1. So if people have 1 experience, yeah, you can give them an XP. Instead of just people with 0 XP. So I could do that a couple of times. If I made a monster necklace, who would I give it to? Because he doesn't even have 2 red. If I want his luck build to remain, I would have to look into... what direction is the monster necklace? It's a red on the right hand side. I could give it to whoever this character is that has the bone darts and the gax. Probably still taking Dixie, the wise coward of the lion. Oh, this is Monkey, not Dixie. Monkey D, wise coward of the lion. McCloud. God, that's a mouthful. I want to try and take someone new with us every time, and Marth became really good. So if I start taking Marth and I keep that monkey, the only thing is this person's destined. I mean, I guess it's fine if they lose their insanity and survival. They don't have survival at the moment. And Monster Claw style, I would need to get either more attacks or more accuracy or damage to really make this character work. I have a ton of spare weapons I would rather use. Is anybody insane? He is insane, so I'll probably let him give the Butcher Cleaver a whirl, as looking at its stats, it is strictly superior to a Gax. It just doesn't have the Savage rule. But that's okay. We can keep the Gax as backup for when he's not insane. We could put this here. I think I will get a monster bone necklace. So I'll sacrifice the normal skull. Get rid of a broken lantern. And we will make a monster tooth necklace or whatever it is. I'll double check the requirements on this. So that gives him a +1 strength. Because we have 2 complete red. As well as the other bonuses. Just to double check. There's a scrap and a bone. So that leaves me with 2 scrap plus an iron, so 3 scrap. And I really don't know. I could try and farm something. See, the thing is, I looked in advance because I was thinking about the lonely tree, and when you kill it, like, I want to show it off, I really do, but when you kill it, for each nightmare fruit left on the board, so I don't know how that's going to go down. You get a basic resource. If I do really good about keeping nightmare fruits on the ground and shaking them out of this thing, maybe we can get a fair amount of resources. I would need at least like 6 to make it even, because the other reward for this is you get 1 jagged marrow fruit. I don't know what that does. I'm not going to look it up. But you can see how if I don't get like at least 6 resources from this thing, I don't think it's worthwhile. Because fighting any other monster, you get 8 resources for their level 1 form. And 8 resources can be a huge deal when it comes to making stuff. Even if I fought the lion again, gave him a good butt kicking, I could get Katars off of a lion. Or we could just focus on making white lion gear. Let me take a look at some of his armor. His armor counts as heavy. Yeah, his armor set is heavy, but it gives you decent armor. Headdress, flammable. That's an accessory. White Lion Gauntlet is 2 armor. When you pounce, gain +1 accuracy for your next attack. The White Lion set kind of goes hand in hand with itself mostly, to get extra attacks and minor benefits if you complete the thing. Completing the entire thing isn't too big of a deal. If you complete the entire White Lion set, which I wouldn't be able to with 1 fight, unless I fought a level 2, then maybe... Nah, even fighting a level 2, I'm not going to complete the whole thing. But where is White Lion? White Lion armor, you would get 1 to all hit locations, and if you have daggers or Katars, you get an extra dice to attack and 2 strength. So it's a power build, and it's definitely decent. But you would have to grind towards that. So instead of me fighting all the different monsters to show them off, you would have had to like fight the White Lion at least 2 or 3 times by now to get that set. So yeah, I'm kind of at a loss. This is a talky episode, so if you're still bearing with me, I'm actually rather surprised. I would be surprised to hear that. Let me spend my endeavors first. I need to figure out how I want to do that. I'll take a roll on storytelling. Why not? Alright, hold on. I don't know if I really want to. These 3 resources to gain 1 understanding. If I lose 3 resources, it would be the 3 scraps. That's all I would accept losing. Alright, Palatine is at 3, Dixie's at 3. They can't give knowledge to those 2. They're at 3. Let me take a look at someone. Is there anyone who's at like only 1 XP? You're at 2. Brock would be at none, but I'm thinking of using him as the lamb. That's Samus? She's not supposed to be in this box. Get back into your box. I was actually wondering why I had so few females. Mario. He doesn't have a lot going on with him, but I could make him come of age. He does have a broken jaw, if I recall, but he's also got a courage and understanding, so it could be good. He just can't eat consumables. Which means he wouldn't have been saved by the acanthus because he can't use it, I think. Amoongus is the new kid. Amoongus mushroom. This was Brock's and Toadette's kid. I call him Amoongus just because Amoongus was a mushroom in Pokemon universes. Pretty good Pokemon. And then it took Toadette's last name, so I don't think I ever introduced this kid proper. While I'm staring at the screen, I will boost the survival limit to what it is, which is 8 at the moment. Mario has a bonus strength too. I'm gonna give it to Mario. So we're gonna do a shared experience. One of the people with 3 will talk to Mario. He gets a weapon proficiency. I'm going to make him proficient in... well, I either have swords or axes mostly, but I could get other weapons and gear later. Make him proficient in... do sword. Make him sword proficient. Alright, so we already have 2 people on the axe. And we will roll on the age chart for Mario. Because I can't neglect my other survivors. He gets a 15 for his age. I think it was 2d6 at the very least. Yeah, 2d10, not 6. So 15, 1 random fighting art. Copy pasta. Mario is, hey, he's a mammoth hunter, so he gets a flanking bonus. That's pretty cool. Let's put that into his thing. And that's all I can do for him when it regards shared experience. I'm going to try and get this white speaker. Why not? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Is this... it's education. Because I remember we get a bonus to home innovations this lantern here. That would not count. If I do that, I could try to get 3 babies instead at the augury. So I don't know what white speaker is. I don't know how good white speaker story event is. Add 1 to your result if your understanding is 3 or higher. Okay, who's got 3 understanding? Well, monkey is maxed. Who else has understanding, just in case I still roll low? Monkey's a Gen 2 kid. We can have Captain Falcon do it. He has understanding due to abusing the white lion. Alright, Captain Falcon. Let's do it. We'll spend 1 on 2 augury. Yeah. +1 to the result. We get a 5. So that would be... where am I looking for this? Up here. 5, 4 to 7, gain a survival. Alright. Gains a survival. I'll update his max while I'm looking at him. I guess I don't really need a kid that badly, even if I sacrifice someone. Let's try the white speaker event. It'll be do or die. All or nothing. Let me get rid of this die so it's out of the way. White speaker, or we're doing the storytelling. Oh my god, I actually rolled a 9. We get to the white speaker story event. Alright. Is that here? Not white secret. Settlement event. White speaker. A large and bizarrely dressed woman offers to share a story. The group must select a story they would like to hear. A survivor may be nominated for this story event only once per lifetime. Well, Captain Falcon rolled it. So I choose either Story of the Goblin, Story of the Forsaker, or Story of the Young Hero. I won't read the results or what they do. I guess it's only fair to roll off 1 to 3. Going left to right, we'll do the split in the threes dice roll. Down the middle. Story of the Forsaker. The white speaker instructs the survivors to bind their hands together and dip their knuckles in blood. If the settlement has the Forsaker mask strange gear, this story cannot be selected. Well, we don't have that. The group must nominate a non-deaf survivor, Captain Falcon. A survivor with max courage cannot be nominated, as the potential for this spirit has been reached. The white speaker lowers her veil and begins the story. Captain Falcon listens intently with a 7. That was almost a 1. 6 to 8. The nominated survivor silently implodes with rage. The other bound survivors inch away from the waves of passive-aggressive energy. The survivor gains +2 permanent strength and breaks free, suffering the broken arm severe injury twice. Well, that sucks. +2 permanent strength. Broken arm severe injury. Actually, we have a bed. We have a bed. We have beds. We have beds. Alright. Broken arm. An ear-shattering crunch. Suffer -1 permanent accuracy and -1 permanent strength. This injury is permanent and can be recorded twice. He needs to be bedridden. Alright, well, I'll leave him out. What else happens? Story of the Forsaker. You cannot be knocked down during a showdown with a nemesis monster. Very cool bonus addition for him, I guess. No knockdown during Nemesis showdown. It's going to be a lot of text, but it'll be just fine. I forgot I can check these other boxes here to make sure, keep track of things you cannot do. So he has 2 broken arms. That is the white, or the white speaker's story. What could we have gotten? The words of the white speaker and even the involuntary spasms of her body all make perfect sense. The survivor gains the story of the Forsaker ability. I wonder what that does. Anyway, we have broken arms now, but we can rectify this. He can rest in bed. On a 4+, he cannot endeavor again the settlement phase. Skip the next hunt. You may remove one of the following, which would be all broken arm injuries. So, our last endeavor will be... Was that the last one? I seem to have no endeavors left. I'm confused. I only auguried once. I shared experience. Well, Captain Falcon will chill here until we can fix his broken arms eventually. Okay. So, with that, all done, with the crafting all done, with our endeavors all spent. Thank you guys for watching. But this is not an easy game, and I cannot have an easy life. We're eating that fruit. And Brock Pewter, he is Gen 1, but there's nothing really going on for him. So Brock will consume the Lonely Fruit. And as we recall, when I page out here, we read the story before. So the survivor that consumed the Lonely Fruit is dead. Survivors must depart this year for a special showdown with the Lonely Tree. And the Lonely Tree does count as a nemesis. So we will be fighting the level 1 Lonely Tree because I've never fought it before and I kind of want to see how it goes down. So thank you guys so much for watching. Look forward to the Lonely Tree. I will update Brock on the death counter. I will subtract a population now. But this will all be taken care of off screen. Alright, I'm headed out. See you all later.